What's going on, everybody? It's Sean again. I just finished watching the Scooby-Doo Return to Zombie Island animated movie. Um,
It's a dead end!
I hated it. It was terrible. Um, those of you that don't know me, I really love four things: Japan, Batman, horror, and Scooby-Doo. Grew up watching it, and I love it. Have a kid? I wanted to make sure that he loved it. And it took some time. I figured like a pup named Scooby-Doo would do it. It didn't. It was Mystery Incorporated, which was probably the best Scooby-Doo show that they've made. But in regards to the movies, in my eyes, there's only two good Scooby-Doo movies, and that's including live action and the animated. It's Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost and Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island is such a good movie. I know a lot of people in the horror community don't really like it, but honestly, for like kids and stuff, it's kind of like a nice little introduction. The story's really good, the voice acting's really good, and what makes it even better is it's kind of a standalone from like the rest of the Scooby-Doo universe. In those like the Witch's Ghost and Zombie Island, the monsters are real, which is not something they're used to. Since then, Scooby-Doo movies have been kind of trash, but I recently saw that they just made a direct sequel to Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. And I was stoked. Like, that's super cool that like they would make a sequel to it. What I wasn't expecting was what they gave us. It was just a carbon copy of the trash TV shows that they have, where it's like Monster of the Week, where everyone is just a monster in a mask and nothing's real. And I really do feel like, with some exceptions to movies, you can have it be like a man in the mask and everything, but the movie should stand on its own. After watching this movie, I didn't have like, oh man, that's amazing, or oh, they did a pretty good job of doing a sequel to what is really a beloved movie to a lot of Scooby-Doo fans. What I felt coming away from Return to Zombie Island was this felt like a cash grab. This felt like Warner Brothers just really doesn't give a shit, and they're just gonna keep pumping out garbage movie after garbage movie of a franchise. The voice acting is great. The animation is okay. The story is where it falls apart. It's just another thing where it's like person in a mask, person in a mask. And the best thing about Zombie Island was that it was real zombies. It was real cat people, and they didn't know how to deal. This wasn't like in their wheelhouse. So coming to this, and it's like, oh, well, maybe like the evil wasn't vanquished in the first movie, and they're being called back mysteriously. And honestly, it felt like a one-off episode of, I guess it's What's New Scooby-Doo. I think that might be like the latest one. So yeah, it feels like it's just like a one-off episode that they thought about doing and then didn't do for What's New Scooby-Doo. And that sucks, because I feel like this sequel does harm to the legacy of the first one. I feel like Warner Brothers needs to correct course totally on everything they're doing. It seems like really the only Warner Brothers and like DC thing that's seems to be working is their animated films, even though, spoiler alert, don't even bother watching the new Batman Hush movie. Yeah, I ruined it for you. Sorry. I don't give a shit. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop with your stupid shit. Fucking up your animated movies now. You couldn't do fucking live action, now you're fucking up your animated movies. Fucking stop it. Stop. Whoever is working at Warner Brothers making these decisions, looking at this script and going, you know what? People really liked Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Let's redo it, but shitty. Like, you need to be fired. You shouldn't have a job there. If you looked at that script and looked at what Zombie Island like meant to people and to the brand of Scooby-Doo as a whole, and you thought that was okay, you should be fired. Point blank, you should be fired. So I'm giving Scooby-Doo Return to Zombie Island an F. Don't watch this movie. Don't give Warner Brothers any of your money to go see this movie. Don't rent it anywhere. If it pops up free somewhere, sure, watch it. But do not give them money to continually make these shitty movies. They need to learn. They need to learn that we as fans expect more. And if you just throw your money at them, they're never going to learn. I'm out.